when the machine is new, after setting it, you press OK. It comes with this first page: OBS, USB, data, and configuration. Then you press at F4 where the configuration is. You'll see observation conditions, instrument configuration, key function, command setup, and instrument constant. Then on observed conditions, you press enter to give you angle, tilt, distance, reflector, atmospheric pressure. Then on angle, you put tilt, CRN, you put yes, the horizontal angle and vertical angle. Culmination CRN, you also put it yes, use OK. Then vertical observation, you put it at this. Then offset vertical angle, it can be anywhere. You can put it at freehold, whatever, everything, it can work, it has no problem. The angle resolution, it is 1 second. Then from there, you go back, you escape, you check the distance. Distance, it will give you the mode, distance mode. It depends. You find the fine, S meaning fine single. Then this when we are measuring, it just when you measure, it just measures once and display. When you put on rapid, it measures rapidly and display later. But tracking, it just continue tracking the prism. Here, when you are measuring, it cannot display, just continue tracking. Then all those ones, just you have to put it on fine R, fine single. Fine single is better. Then distance mode, use horizontal distance, not vertical distance. We have horizontal distance, vertical distance, slope distance, but put it at horizontal distance. Then the horizontal distance mode, we have the ground and the grid, but the grid is the one better. On the grid, it just measures the plane distance. When you put at ground distance, the machine here will measure the earth curvature. So put it at grid, like that, the way out. The rest is okay. Then coordinates. When you go to coordinate, it depends. You can begin with either easting, nosing, and dead, or you can change. It depends. You can change either to nosing, easting, and dead. So it depends the way how you want your order. So everything here will remain the way how you are seeing it. Now from there, you go back. Then for the reflector, it just needs when you want to measure with the prism. Prism, here you can set, if you don't, there is a sheet mode and the prism constant. So the prism constant is written on the prism. You have to, if it is a positive, you put a plus. If it is a negative, you put a minus. Then atmospheric pressure, that one, it changes with the temperature. So like now you are in Sudan, I think the temperature is that high. You change the temperature here, depends according to the environmental temperature there. Maybe we can say like 28. When you put 28 and it changes each and everything down here. The humidity changes. Confirm here it is 22. You see when you go down, the humidity. no humidity. ppm is the one which changes. The ppm is the one that changes 28 degrees centigrade. Enter. ppm is the one changes 13 when you put at 28. Then here I'm using 27. The ppm it changes to 12. When you use 22, see the humidity it changes. So it always changes with the temperature. ppm always changes with the temperature. Then others, just you don't. This is how when you are picking the data, how the display will be in the SDR form point number followed by code. Then station ID increment. That one you leave it out to be. Then the intersection point, just also even if you put type A, it has no problem. That is finished. Then instrument configuration. When you go to instrument configuration, you begin with power supply. So power off. Then resume power have to be on. When you off power off, it is no. Power off. When you press power off, resume power on. Then you leave the way how they are. They are thought to be all on. Then instrument. That is the contrast. Here the contrast just on the screen. On the screen, you see how when you increase the contrast, how it goes from 1 up. So it becomes more dark as you increase the contrast. And when you use it becomes more lighter. When you increase it becomes more darker. Then vertical manual, leave it at no. When you put it at yes, it will cause problem in levels. You leave it at no, don't put yes. Reticle level, leave it at level. Then volume, it depends the volume that you want. It depends, but the volume, this is the volume of the dial pads. So it has no problem. If you don't want, you put it at 0. Then that is okay. Then next, we go to units. Units temperature, degrees centigrade, you can change, you put in Fahrenheit, whatever you need. Pressure, just leave it on. I've forgotten this one. Okay, the way how you are saying it there, leave it like that. Then angle in degrees, but if you want, you can change in gones, in change milliliters, but I like degrees. Then distance, already you know, we measure in meters. Don't forget, and you put on feet or in inches. When you put there again, that means your coordinates you have also to change in inches or in meters. So it depends, but distance we are measuring in meters. There, that is all. Then password, don't tamper with password. Date and time, they are there. You can change the date, the time, but it's always automatic. But when it is the time, sometimes the machine comes with the time of the factory. So you change the date from here. The way how it is, like the way how you are seeing them, it begins with the month. There is no any separator. It begins with the month, then date, then and the year. No any separator. Then time. Also, you put like that. When you are typing, no separator. Because when you press, when you press, it will come automatic. You see like from date, there is no separator. When I enter, I go time. Now the separators come there. That's how it is. That is finished. So I think most of them we have passed on them. Then you escape. It comes back on this page. On this page, sometimes this is the only page. Sometimes when the machine is new, it always comes with this page. in to, when you press OBS, which is observation, sometime when the machine is new, it will display nothing here at F1 offset top. This one, you just put them. How do you put them now? If they are not there, you come back at configuration, then you go to key functions, then you define the key. So these are 3 lines of the keys functions, meaning that they are the 3 pages. You can select all what you want. Like now you see on the first page, it is giving me measure, slope, horizontal, vertical, or 0 set coordinates. But you can change. You can change from there. Like now at measure, if it is this blinking measure, you press page down on this button. It continue bringing very many things there, very many functions. Tilt menu, rem, resection, arrow, Z angle, hold, core, course. So if you don't have a word menu there, let's say that I am looking for menu, road, cross section, topo 2, handout, nosing things out, then here the dash nothing there, then measure, I want to put menu there. I'm looking for menu. Menu is here. Then you press enter. Sorry, you press OK. When you press OK, now that page has defined at F1. When you come back at the OBS here, then you press function. Now my word menu has come there, which was not there. So this is on the page 1. Then on F2, you can also go back at configuration, key function, then you define the key. Now on S4, let me see that you on F2 you want to put their coordinates on page 1, because this is page 1, page 2. On page 1, you look for, maybe you want to put the word coordinates. You go to your page down until you reach coordinates. Coordinate is here. Then you press OK. When you go back on observation menu, you see now the word coordinates have displayed here. But because this machine I have been using it, coordinates I have been putting it the other side. So even here I can change. I put another key. Now, like here on page 1, now I can change this one. I put like maybe topo. You go back you escape, go back at configuration, key function, then define. Then you see this is the first menu I put. You have followed by coordinate. This is already there, but the second coordinate here I want to change it. I put topo. So you go to the page down button, rep, MRM, set out, offset, topo. Then you press OK. You go back and you check if it has gone there. You come to observation. Now you see topo is already there. So to get from one page to another page, it just you press function. You see it has brought page 2. On page 2 also tilt, then on page 3, like that. So you put whatever you want on those pages, what you normally use. Then next, that one fish. Next, when you want to select the job that you are going to use, you go to data. The data will give you bring you job, non-data, and the code. Then you press enter for the job. Then it will be select job, job details, job deletion, commands out, command setup. So you go to job selection. Then since the machine is new, when the machine new, it starts from 1. I don't know that one of yours. I think it has like almost 99 jobs. So From job there, then you go to list, then you see the job. You select job to this job. It comes like this: the job 9, job 10. These are the jobs which have not yet changed. Job 40 up to 99. So you select the job you want. Then after selecting the job, you enter. Then you also select the code search you want. But this is not, in most cases, not the most important. Then you go back. You find that your job is there. Is always written there. That one is finished. Then if you want to orient, now I'm taking it to orient. The best way, when that machine comes, first look for the word menu, where it is. As I have told you, you first put it on the what? On the screen. It depends based on which page. You press function play when you see the word menu, you press menu. So it has area calculation, set out of line, set out of arc, point project, point to line, intersection, traverse, road, cross section, coordinate. So this one I like to use when you go to coordinates or set out whatever, but use coordinates. You press enter, you see occupy orientation, observation, and EDM. You go to occupy orientation, so it will display where you put the station point. You put the station point, like as you are seeing these coordinates, the point number, point number, that is point number, height of instrument, then the code, the name you are going to call the code of, you can put the name of that benchmark, then operator, but those are not important. But after put temperature you can also change it from there. Then after putting all these ones, after putting all the coordinates, then you see we have road, backside azimuth, backside nosing eastings, and resection. But when you are setting on the benchmark, when you want to use the coordinates, you use backside nosing and eastings, which is at F3. Then you put the backside point. You feed in them. Then after, you press OK. After pressing OK, you measure. You measure. Let me demonstrate when you want to measure here. When you measure the prism, it gives you calculated horizontal distance and observed horizontal distance. So if the coordinates are crossing, the calculated horizontal distance and observed horizontal distance should be the same. And here the difference in horizontal distance you have to give you 0, 0. But you know, with surveying, you can range in millimeters also, 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters, which is not a big problem. Then after you press OK, then you observe. Okay? After observation, you check if the coordinates are the same. If they are same, then from there you can start the work. That is all. Then set out, still. You go to menu, you go to set out, then you put your coordinates, then you press OK. You start measuring to give you 4. You target your target at 0, 0. As usual, as you know. When you reach at 0, 0, then you start measuring. I think that one is not a big issue. Then EDM, most important, I need you to know about EDM. That's where you change the prism. The prism constant. If you are measuring reflectors, but don't change your fine thing. Okay. Escape. I think that is the first idea. I shall be sending another one later.